Hello again. Here is a sound detector I made with some different components I found in my drawer. It uses a LM393 comparator along with an SR latch and a condenser microphone I found. So I'm going to just explain how this actually works. Although it looks pretty complicated, it actually is quite not. So I have this condenser microphone over here, and it has a 10K resistor and a capacitor hooked up to it, so because that's how you get those to work. You can actually use a standard stereo speaker to do that if you remove the resistor and just use like a speaker as a microphone. So as you see, it just looks like that, but it really isn't picking up anything, barely. Well, if you tab it, it might move a little bit. So what you need to do is you need to amplify it. So I use the transistor amplifier, just like the one with the lowest part count I could find on the internet, if the camera would focus. It just has two resistors and an NPN, like so. So you can see that is around over here. And as you can see, after amplification, it starts to pick up stuff, like, I can't get it to pick up anything, but just trust me that it does. Well, you can actually see it. It's picking up more sound now. So basically, you feed this into a comparator, or the audio into the plus side of the comparator, and in the minus we use a reference, as you can see here, which is just a voltage divider that has a potentiometer and a resistor. And you can see on here, if our sound goes above this reference right here, it will trigger this output. So when I like make a loud sound, oh shoot, something happened. So like this, it goes up. And so this will trigger a SR latch, as you can see right here. And that will just turn on this LED. And then I could have a button right here to reset that. Do that right here. Whenever I make a noise, it turns on. So for an SR latch, you generally can use a NOR gate, because you only need two of those in this circuit, and just have a button pulling that to 5 volts. But I actually didn't do that because I only had neon gates. So if you only have neon gates just like I do, you can use something like this and use one of the neon gates as an inverter, and it'll work just the same. And so you also, if you're going to do this, you probably would want to have some smoothing capacitors in your power rail, because especially for me, if your 5 volt supply is relatively noisy, it will cause this thing to be a lot less precise. So you probably would want to do that, especially if you're using cheap Amazon 5 volt wall warts to get your power. And so that's basically it, and see ya.